Can you put someone in the Esdale state, the hypnotic coma, online? And this specifically comes from Mike. Mike Mandel and I at the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy teach the element induction as the way that you get someone into the Esdale state. And since the element induction would need to be modified to do online, and if you modify it, it's not the element induction, can you still put someone in the Esdale state? And we'll talk about that and would you even want to? Mike.
Great set of questions. First of all, yeah, the Esdale state where you're getting unsuggested general anesthesia or analgesia, unsuggested full body catalepsy, person doesn't move, all sorts of things there. But the question is always, why would you want to do it online? I don't see any real advantage to it.
I think so, yeah. Let's talk about that first, and then if you really thought of a good reason and convinced yourself it was a good idea, how might you do it? Right? So would you want to put someone in the Esdale state online? Well, in an Esdale state, people are not going to respond to your suggestions. They will hear your suggestions. They will be able to think. They will understand and hear everything you're saying, but they won't respond physically, right?
That's the clarification. They'll respond to suggestion, post-hypnotics and so on, but you cannot get them to do something physical.
Yeah, in the moment.
In the moment. They just won't do it.
So if you say open your eyes, they will not. If you say put your hand in the air, they will not.
They won't. Now, the interesting thing about this is if you put someone in the Esdale state, and I hate the term hypnotic coma. It's just like, what a stupid...
I said it as the hook for the video.
I know.
The hypnotic coma.
How about plenary trance? I mean, that's a great one. That's
sure.
Full, complete trance. But the interesting thing about it is if you put someone in the Esdale state, they will, of course, awaken, and we know they're not asleep. They'll come out of it naturally on their own, but that could be 2 hours later.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do if you've got someone in the Esdale state who's in Milwaukee and you're in Spain? And
come back to now.
The power goes out at your place, and the person's sitting in Spain, and everybody thinks they've just had a freaking heart attack or something. They're calling 911 or whatever the numbers are in Spain.
Yeah.
Or Milwaukee, whichever way. But
now, also keep in mind, they're not stuck there.
No, they're not.
If their house catches fire or something,
they'll come out.
They're not going to be, well, I'm in a trance, so I can't move. I'll just let myself burn.
This is proven when they get someone to hold a match in the Esdale state, and as it burns down, they open the fingers just enough to let it out.
Yeah. So there's not really logical rationale to put someone in the Esdale state.
I don't see the utility of it at all.
I can't think of a reason why. Okay, so having said that, for the purposes of hypothetical discussion, could you get someone there?
Absolutely, you can. I do the element induction as the means to get in, and I learned that actually from Tad James. I don't know where he got it, probably from Elman, but the idea is you're doing the element induction first, you're creating somnambulistic trance, and from there you're going into the Esdale state. So this makes it clear, although that works brilliantly in person, any trance that is going to become somnambulistic can be now cascaded into the Esdale state. It doesn't matter which induction you use.
So any induction, any cascade of deepeners.
Yes.
As soon as you feel that you've accomplished a somnambulistic trance, you could do the Elman staircase deepening method. Sorry, that's Elman's method to get to Esdale, recreated from when James Esdale accidentally discovered the Esdale state that he did not name after himself. It was named later, right, by Elman. Who named it I forgot. Who named it the Esdale state?
Probably Elman. I'm going to give him the credit.
I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay, there you go.
Esdale certainly didn't call it that.
Yeah, he didn't, right. But
especially when it didn't work in London. But here's the thing. The problem isn't whether you can create it online. I'm sure you can. The question is twofold. Should you? Is there any reason? No, because the somnambulistic trance is the working state of hypnosis. You're going to get almost anything you want in that. And the second aspect is, how are you going to test it? How are you going to put them through the four tests for the Esdale state? When you cannot lift their arm to see if it's cataleptic, you can't squeeze the radial nerve to see if they react to it. All you can do is open your eyes, stand up, those two. But to be an Esdale, they have to fulfill all four in the order that
and that's the thing. 2 of the 4 tests involve you having to touch the person. Or what are you going to do? Have a volunteer there saying, when I say now, I want you to go and stick a pin in this person's arm and see if they respond. You're not going to do that. So you can't reach out and do anything to test for general anesthesia.
No.
And you also can't test for
catalepsy.
Spontaneous catalepsy.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so I think that answers that.
It's an odd situation. There's people who try to be creative, and their creativity has now left hypnosis and gone into woo-woo land. They'll say things like, well, we get them to lift their own arm and shake it and see if it's catalepsy. The fact that they're lifting this arm shows they're not in the SDL state. They will not move. I've created it maybe 50 times with people. They don't move. They won't. It's
you'll get people getting way too complex and say something like, in a moment, I'm going to give you an instruction that the rest of you can stay in the SDL state, but only the hand that will reach out to test for catalepsy will come out of SDL. No, come on.
I'm not going to do the dick chant, but it's very tempting. So look,
I get it. All right, I think that's enough for that one.
Well, there are effective online inductions too. Like my anti-magnetic finger induction is my go-to online now because it is so clean, it's so fast, it has built-in convincers, it has built-in suggestibility test, it has automatic catalepsy that happens organically, it has a visual cue that they are deepening the trance. It's pretty close to perfect, I think.
Okay, and I'm 99% sure we have a video on YouTube on this, so we'll put a link in the description under this video so that you can find that, or maybe we can make one of those magic YouTube cards appear at this moment in the editing, Ross, and we'll show it to you. All right.
I think that's it. Let's just summarize by saying we believe simplicity is best. The SDL state online is possible, but it's like putting wheels on a tomato. Absolutely unnecessary and time-consuming.
All right, and with that said, I will invite you to check out MikeMandelHypnosis.com. You can check out the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. It's free to get started. We teach awesome things about hypnosis that we think you'll really enjoy if you enjoy this kind of video. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks once again, and good night.